Everybody, Kevin Purcell for GottaBeMobile.com and Notebooks.com, and today I've got the Acer Aspire R13. Now when you look at it, at first you might just think it's a regular notebook computer, but when you go in close you'll notice there's something kind of strange going around with the bezel here. And what that does is this display allows it to swivel so that then you can turn this into a tablet. It's kind of a heavy tablet, but it works great to use putting it on a podium. That's one of the ways I have used it to make presentations. Also, I have my notes on here so that I can give a presentation or a speech without having to print out any paper notes. And one of the nice things about this, the hinge on it allows you to lift the display with just one finger, swivel it back into place, and we're back to notebook mode. As you can see on the palm rest, it has a sticker that shows you the various uses that you can have. It's in notebook mode, easel mode. You might have that up a little bit higher so that you can draw on it. There is the tint mode, if you want to look at it that way. Keep it rotated back like this and have it set up like that in sort of a stand mode. And if you want to put it on a desk or on your lap, maybe while you're flying in an airplane on the tray, you can put it in this stand mode as well. One of the features we really love about the Acer Aspire R13 is this active digitizing screen and what they call the Acer Active Pen. It's a nice stylus with a fine tip. And of course, while you're in OneNote, it has very good inking qualities to it. It's pressure sensitive and just works really well. If you're an artist, if you have art apps on your computer, you'll really love drawing with it. The pen works great, does a nice job. Of course, it's a eraser, supposed to be, there we go, as well. So the pen's one of the highlights. It's an excellent pen, one of the best styluses that we've used with one of these active displays. Of course, it also features touch as well. One of the things we enjoy about it is using the display, put it in stand mode like this, or maybe in tablet mode, and watch videos on it. Go ahead and start Mad Men. And what you're going to see here is once it gets rolling, it's buffering the video, that it actually has a pretty wide viewing angle. Now it's a little bit glossy. You can see the reflection of the lights in the back.
We always get a tall one. Not taller than the living room.
Let's go back to the other.
But that's pretty wide viewing angle, something that works really well.
Hey, Sally.
It's hard to pick up on a video like this, but it's got a nice screen. It's fairly bright. It's a little bit too reflective, but the colors are accurate and the resolution is excellent. It's very high resolution. So you notice the text. This is a little bit large, but even with fine text, it's pretty nice. We're very pleased with this computer. It's got great battery life. They promise about 9 hours. I've been getting easily 8 hours most of the time. It also has pretty good power with 8 gigs of RAM, an Intel Core i7 processor, 256 gigabyte SSD. So as a result of that, it's very fast. Let me show you how quickly this computer restarts. Immediately it's off, it's restarted. Of course, we've got the screen swiveled around in this stand mode, so it comes in upside down at first. And just like that, in less than 20 seconds, we're back up and running. And there, after putting in my pin, we're back to the desktop. And it actually works. It'll start responding immediately to input. This program that I'm launching now, it's a Bible app, but it's an incredibly power-hungry app, and you'll see that it launches fairly quickly. If you've watched any of our other videos or my videos, you'll often see me show how well the computer will launch this app. You might look at it and say, well, it's taking forever to load. That computer can't be that great. This is just this app. It takes a long time to load. It's very memory intensive when it first loads up. It's very disk intensive when it first loads up. And the fact that it's gotten loaded here in about 30 seconds or so means this computer runs really fast. This app normally launches in about a minute to a minute and a half on slower computers. I recently reviewed the HP Stream 13 and it took a full 2 minutes to launch this app. And there, after putting in my PIN, we're back to the desktop, and it actually works. It'll start responding immediately to input. This program that I'm launching now, it's a Bible app, but it's an incredibly power-hungry app, and you'll see that it launches fairly quickly. If you've watched any of our other videos or my videos, you'll often see me show how well the computer will launch this app. You might look at it and say, well, it's taking forever to load. That computer can't be that great. This is just this app. It takes a long time to load. It's very memory intensive when it first loads up. It's very disk intensive when it first loads up. And the fact that it's gotten loaded here in about 30 seconds or so means this computer runs really fast. This app normally launches in about a minute to a minute and a half on slower computers. I recently reviewed the HP Stream 13 and it took a full 2 minutes to launch this app. It's a poorly designed app because it takes so long. However, that's a good representation of how quickly it does work. Now the sound is decent, the video quality is pretty good, and the adaptive display that brightens or darkens can be a little strange, a little wonky, but it does work well. One of my pet peeves about laptops is poor keyboards. And you'll notice that this keyboard, while it's laid out fairly normally, unfortunately these arrow keys down here, unfortunately they're really crowded, and I had a real difficult time accessing them when I wasn't looking directly at them, which means that you're not going to type as quickly. The touchpad is incredibly responsive. In fact, it's too responsive. I found the cursor would jump around the screen on me because my thumbs, as I was typing, would just kind of graze up against the edge of it, and it would move the cursor to another part of the page, and I begin entering text where I didn't want to. Another problem with this keyboard is on the extreme edges, it takes more pressure than it does in the center, and that's probably because, it does have a little bit of give on the center, although it really doesn't seem that bad. The problem, however, is that it takes some getting used to. It took me about a week to acclimate myself to typing on this, and then when I would go back to other computers like the Surface Pro 3 type cover, or my desktop keyboard, or my MacBook, then it took me a little while to acclimate again when I came back to it. So the keyboard, the trackpad aren't the best. The screen's a little bit too reflective. Those are really the only major problems. So let's get some conclusions on this. First of all, the pros, of course, it's got a beautiful screen, very wide viewing angle, and it's fairly bright, color accurate. High resolution, so text looks good, pictures and video look good. The sound is okay. The swivel on it, though, it makes it incredibly versatile. Nice to be able to use it as a tablet as well as a notebook. If you're an artist, maybe a media professional, I think this would be a great second computer for you to do some work while you're out and around. If you're someone who writes for a living, this might not be your best choice. It takes a while to get used to that keyboard, and the trackpad can get annoying. But if you're somebody who's going to use this, the pen, that's one of your primary considerations, then it's got an excellent input with the Acer Active pen. And it's got long battery life. It lasts, nearly the promised 9 hours. It's just a good, fast system. You're not going to play games on it, the high-end games anyway. Mid-level to low-end games work probably fairly well. It's a good entertainment PC that can do some work. It's a good media creation tool. If you edit videos and pictures, or if you are an artist, then this might be a good possibility for you. All in all, we really like it. We'd call it a buy. It's $999 on Amazon. You can get one configured differently than this on Acer. They don't sell this configuration directly on Acer, their website. I'd get one with maybe a little bit higher SSD storage figure. But it's a really nice computer. This has been Kevin Purcell for Notebooks.com and GottaBeMobile.com. Thank you for watching.